So let's start with tungsten. Everyone's talking about tungsten, and you told me we're not even describing where and how tungsten is used properly. Can you tell us what is tungsten used for, and is tungsten the #1 military metal we should be running to find right now?
No, tungsten is used in armor-piercing ammunition. And what happens is that the projectile, let's say an anti-tank round or something that's made to penetrate armor, will have a center core of, for example, a tungsten rod or a depleted uranium rod, a very dense metal. Okay. So when this round hits the target, the very, very hard, let's say, tungsten or depleted uranium core penetrates the armor. It goes right through the armor because, first of all, it's coming in at super high speed, and it literally is a liquid. And then following that is the explosive charge in the round, and that takes care of whoever thinks they're being protected by the armor. Now, this is the most use of tungsten. The error that people are making is they know that tungsten's a very hard metal, very refractory metal, also high temperature formed. But the problem is tungsten alloys are brittle. Okay, so you couldn't make, for example, the tip of a missile out of a tungsten or a tungsten alloy. It would shatter. That would not make any sense, right? So I don't know where this comes from, but I can't imagine a guided missile having an armor-piercing nose. Okay, you really don't need that when you're traveling at 5,000 miles an hour with a huge amount of explosive or an atomic weapon behind you. Okay, so to the point, is tungsten important? Yes. And the problem for the U.S. military is that up until COVID, and I don't know what's happened since, they only had one vendor of these tungsten rods that they used in armor-piercing ammunition. And I guess nobody gave a damn, but I never found out if they ever got a second vendor. Okay, and I know for a fact the United States, I can only think of 2 companies in the United States that make ductile tungsten metal products. So to be honest with you, if you like a little history, back in 2007, when I was first asked by the Defense Department about critical materials, I said, why isn't tungsten on the list? They said, well, we've never had a problem sourcing tungsten. Think about that for a while when you think you're going to sleep peacefully. They've never had a problem sourcing it, therefore it wasn't a problem. It is a problem. We're not mining tungsten in North America. I think Canada mines a little tungsten. Almost all of the tungsten is mined and fabricated, guess where? China. Okay. And to tell you a little story, in 2007, I said to the Defense Department, here's an idea. Why don't you buy a whole bunch of tungsten inventory from our Chinese friends? Tell them that we might have a war with you and we need something to shoot back at you. And an officer said to me, you think you're being funny? No, I said, I think I'm being tragic.
Thank you, Jack. And for those of you interested in following Jack's lectures on critical minerals and how to deal with the critical mineral supply chain, go to the criticalmineralinstitute.com website. Thank you.